Hey there, bar is open, so let's review the Johnnie Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky. Hi there, SG Alcohol Guy here, giving you honest reviews on the alcohols that I am tasting. And today, we're going to start off a little bit different because we will be unboxing the Johnnie Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky. ASMR time. Doesn't seem like much. And with that out of the way, let's begin the review. And with all whiskey reviews, I will be reviewing it in three ways. Number one, I will have it neat. Number two, I will be adding a couple of drops of water into the whiskey to open up the flavors a little bit. And number three, I'll be having it on the rocks. And this Johnnie Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky is retailing at around 90 Singapore dollars per bottle. For that, you will get a 700 ml bottle with 40% alcohol content. And for the Johnnie Walker range, I've tried the red label, didn't like that. I've tried the black label, surprisingly good. So I'm quite excited to find out more about this Double Black. Now, it's a screw cap as opposed to some of the corked bottles for whiskies, but nonetheless, ASMR Part 2. And what I'll be doing is I'll be using this pourer to ensure that I don't spill my drinks all over the mat. I've had to wash this twice already. I'll be gentle this time around. Not a bit too much there. Oopsie. And I've done some whiskey reviews already, and there have been comments that the color doesn't really make any sense in terms of describing them, because colorings are added to whiskeys to make them appear this way. But I also believe that just like plating for food, at fine dining restaurants, how the food is placed really helps to stir up or whet up your appetite. Same for whiskeys, the Teeling whiskey, for example, was a really pale yellow whiskey. It didn't look tempting. Whereas for, more orange colored whiskeys like so, it just seems a little bit more enjoyable. It just seems to give you the more full-bodied taste. Now, it might not be true, but I believe your eyes will also help with the taste of the drink. And scent-wise, for the Johnnie Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky, there's a very nice burnt oak smell. It's a very nice charred smell. I can't say that it's a peaty smell, but it's just a charred smell. And that makes sense because as I'm reading the label now, it says that the Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky is a rich, intense, smoky blend containing whiskey matured in deep charred old oak casks. So they did intentionally use charred barrels to age this whiskey to have that charred smell. Again, it's supposed to be smoky. I can't smell the smokiness. I can only smell that it's charred. But more important is taste test one. And what I like to do is I like to exhale, then take a sip, swallow it, and then breathe in and out through your nose. So this will allow more flavors to float about in your mouth, through your nose, to really experience how this whiskey tastes. And the taste does match the smell. It's a very nice charred whiskey flavor that still comes across as sweet. So this has the same sweetness as the Johnnie Walker Black Label, but it added in a layer of that burnt smoke taste. And the sweetness is lingering all on my tongue, and that's very enjoyable. And The burnt flavor is just resting on my throat. So there's two different areas where the taste is coming, on my tongue and at the back of my throat, while the alcohol burn is just staying in between both areas. I'm quite enjoying this. So sweetness on my tongue, burns on my throat, and the alcohol burn, that whiskey burn in the middle, right at the back here. Having this neat is quite enjoyable. I think it's even more enjoyable if it's a cold day. And usually I do swirl the whiskey in the glass. I'm not using my tulip glass for some reason. The reason for doing that is you want to see how long it takes, for it to settle down and go back to the liquid. In this case, this is actually taking quite a long time for the legs to go back down to the liquid. And that's a good sign because it's really showing the finish. I did taste of have this finish for close to 40 seconds, and that's a very enjoyable whiskey in my books. $90, worth it to drink neat. Let's see if the flavor changes with some water. Again, you don't really have to swirl it much, but I'm just doing it out of habit. Once the whiskey opens up, let's check the scent. Adding water, a drop of water to this whiskey, removed that smoky, that charred smell completely. Worse still, it made it a very bland smelling whiskey. But let's see how it tastes. We have to be fair. And taste-wise, it's different from how it smells. The sweetness is enhanced. It's a very strong, sweet whiskey in my mouth right now. It's just playing on my tongue. It's not leaving my tongue, it's just staying there. The alcohol burn, non-existent. Then the smokiness appears. It's not even charred now, it's just smokiness. Slowly making its way down my throat. Whereas the sweetness is just staying. So the burnt smell has elevated to a smokiness. The sweetness is elevated, and there's no whiskey burn, so you can actually drink a larger quantity of this one. So for the Johnnie Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whiskey, choosing between neat and with a couple of drops of water, go for the one with water. The elevation is amazing. Let's see how it fares on the rocks. Now, it's up to you if you want to use an ice ball like what I'm doing. Oh dear, I got distracted and I poured too much. Or if you want to use crushed ice or even just normal ice cubes, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong way to having this drink on the rocks. But don't be like me, pouring way too much. This is just not professional for a review. And having it chilled already for a little bit, the smell is reduced even further. So already by adding water, the smell was reduced to the point where I thought it's going to be bland. This removes it completely. I can feel the chill, as you inhale, you can feel the chill in your nose. That's what I get and nothing else. But let's see how it tastes. Taste-wise, having it chilled removed the smokiness, removed the burnt smell. It reintroduced a bit of the whiskey burn, and that's very interesting. It reintroduced a bit of the whiskey burn on your throat. The sweetness is as elevated as the one with water. So there's that sweetness on the tongue, the whiskey burn on your throat. No hint of the smokiness, no hint of the burnt oak. So in essence, drinking this Johnnie Walker Double Black on the rocks is as good as drinking the Johnnie Walker Black Label. It tastes exactly like that. So to conclude, the choice of drinking it neat with a bit of water or on the rocks, I recommend drinking the Johnnie Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whiskey with some water. Hey there, thanks for watching up to this point. I just want to state that all these reviews are based on my personal taste, preferences and opinions. They're not to be used as an industry standard. I do, however, want to find out what you think about the Johnnie Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky and how do you drink it? Drop me some comments, let's compare some notes. And if you're still here, do help me click on the like button, the subscribe button and the notification bell because I upload cool news videos every week. And if you know of anyone who enjoys watching such reviews, do help me send them the link to the video as well. Most importantly, my friend, happy drinking!